What's happening? I'm Bernardo with Fat Bear EDC, and this is the Leatherman Free T4. I'll cut to the chase. It's actually one of my favorite tools that Leatherman's come out with in the past couple years. I do have some thoughts on where I think it's going, but before we get into my thoughts, let's just get into the cool tool set and just what this multi-tool is all about. So if you don't know about this tool at all, it is a magnet locking tool. So what happens is, if you see how the blade just kind of locks in, it kind of locks black. There's a magnet in here that kind of locks everything in. And it's called free because it's supposed to be a one-handed operation tool. So obviously the blade, most blades, everyone's seen that. It's locking right here with this mechanism here. And then the rest of the tools are actuated by you pushing your thumb on the back here. I know that some people have mentioned that it's a little tricky at first. I remember for me, I wasn't really sure how to use it. I was trying to do the lock and try to undo it. But that's, as you can see, it's as easy as just doing like that. But let's continue on with the tool set here. It's got this great multi-tool. It's a flathead, kind of a chisel, and also a kind of heavy-duty package opener. As you can see, it's used. I use this quite a bit. It is part of my rotation. I use it quite heavily, actually. A great file as well. So then we got a file here with medium and then fine grit. Really nice file. It doesn't have a sawing edge, but I have sawed stuff with it. But it'll probably go away. It'll, when it wears out, it's gone. There is another little flathead right there. So I really like how they've kind of added more tools. You kind of had a multi-use function. You got a grate number 2. So you can see it's kind of it's 2D, 3D, I would say. Similar to some of kind of their bits. Also a nice little bottle opener there. Love that they did that. So they didn't just use a slot for a tool. And as you can see, works really nice. Center drive there for the most part as well. So, and all the tools are locking, which is really great if you haven't noticed yet. And very easily manipulated by your hand, which is great. Then it's got it all with a nail, with a saw eye there, or a needle eye, and then another little small flathead. And then we'll go over to the scissors. Scissor guy, gotta have scissor, a pair of multi-tools. Really nice pair of scissors there. Cuts through everything you need essentially. Nice thumb rest as well, so when you're cutting through some heavier duty things, you can do that. Springs up really nice. It's really great. So my thoughts, I really like this. What is this? I think this was supposed to be the American Swiss Army knife, really. I mean, it could be sold in a lot of markets, but I know in Europe it probably wouldn't have been sold a lot because of the locking blades. They're not allowed to have locking blades in certain places there. So I think what this was to be a rendition of an American, a Swiss Army, I should say. But in the Leatherman way. Oh, I almost forgot. It does also have a micro tweezers there. Don't use this guy a whole lot compared to all the other tools. That's the other thing, actually. This is one of the biggest downfalls, I think, actually. It was the micro tools here. And I think a lot of multi-tool manufacturers miss this. I think the best tweezers are nice. I from time to time when I'm out in the woods, sometimes I do use them. But I really think that a pen, I think Leatherman missed out on having a pen in their setup. This is one of my go-to climbers that I got a custom scale on. But the pen, I find myself using the pen a lot more than you would think. I know nowadays everything's digital, but that's the one big downfall, or one of the big wishes I wish that this had was a pen, and they definitely have space for it somewhere. I think it would have been a great buy or a great sell for them too later on. People are going to re-up on them. And they could have implemented in other tools as well, because I don't think I've ever seen a pen in a Leatherman tool. And pens come in so handy, not just to sign checks, but to mark things while you're working or anything that goes. But overall, I really like this knife. I mean, I've heard a lot of the complaints. Really great pocket clip before we forget here. So when that's in the pocket, it's really nice to come out and get. The other thing is too, it has a little lanyard hole there, so you can. I'm gonna actually try deep carrying with it, because some people say that it's heavy. It is to some extent. It feels like it is, but I've weighed them and they're very close to even the climber. I think the last time I weighed them, they were maybe 10 grams, 15 grams apart, 20 grams, something like that. Very, very light. So I think really it's kind of the thickness, and I think maybe in a deep carry, it might be a little easier on the pocket because it kind of swings. It doesn't kind of hang on the pocket as much. I don't know how to explain it, but if you ever deep carry a climber like this, where you just hang it on the pocket, it essentially almost kind of disappears. So I do kind of feel like it's thick when it's sitting there. I don't mind it as much because I'm a multi-tool guy, so I think this is like the most for me in acceptability, I guess. You add one more layer on here, and I probably wouldn't be able to pocket it. But it has got a great utility blade. This blade is great for cutting boxes, cutting through all sorts of stuff. I've cut food with it. It's dirty, as you can see. I haven't cut food recently with it, but cuts great utility blade. It's got a little like crow's hook kind of thing going on there, so you can really get in on stuff if you need to. The multi-tool flathead package opener chisel, it's awesome. It's heavy duty. It's great. You can open paint cans with it. You can open plastic blister cases with them. I've used this as a flathead many a times. I use it all over in camera equipment. It's kind of my go-to when I need a flathead. The other thing is too, is when these came out, I wasn't super pumped. I was pumped because I love Swiss Army-esque reiterations, and I thought this was pretty cool. I didn't really think the free one-handed action was super exciting or anything. I just when I kind of just bought it as an impulse. They were having a sale. I think they were releasing a juice, and it was like the last release of some refurbished batches that they had, and I wanted this as well. And so it came out, and I was like, let me get them both. And then I really ended up loving it. But and it's got, I think, everything you would want in a everyday package. Like, I've used pretty much all the tools, maybe not the all as much, but I use the scissors, big scissor guy me. Like I said, this flathead multi-tool, use it a ton. The file, if you ever noticed, it's a little funked up. I've used it on all sorts of different things. So it's definitely on my rotations, probably one of my top 3, I would say. And it's great. I like it a lot. Which kind of brings me to where it's going and where it's been. They used to sell this in multicolors. The last time I checked on Leatherman's website, I don't longer see the T4. I think I see the T2. It's the one without the scissors that's a little smaller that I actually want to check out as well. But I don't see them selling them with the different color scales anymore. They used to sell them, I think, in red, green, a bunch of cool colors. But I don't see them selling them anymore. You can still get it on Amazon. So I did see that you can still get the silver one on Amazon. So I might actually get one just as a backup, because I kind of feel they might start to discontinue this if it's not on the website. And the reason, and then it kind of brings me to what my thoughts, why maybe it's going into it. And if you saw my thumbnail, you'll probably seen some of the knives on there, maybe recognize some of them, but probably because of things like this. This is a Rockon Companion with the American flag. I just got it recently on one of their, I think this is a discontinued model. They're going with a different scale, kind of a newer version, but for the most part, it's the same thing. It's one of their, if you're not familiar with this knife's pretty cool. It's a modular multi-tool. Same kind of setup if you think about it. I do, it's got kind of the one-handed thing where you can fan them out and such. The other cool thing is it's got a quarter bit adapter there, so you can put whatever you want on there and roll with it safely. So that's really cool, and it locks. So it's got a liner lock right there. And it's got this cool, I got it in the cool American flag, which is really awesome. And you kind of, the way it works is you push out, and the modularity here is it locks here. So when you lock the blade or any of the tools, The unlock is here. But then you can also release. So you push it all the way back, and you can then, it's fairly new, so I'm still kind of breaking it in, getting used to it. Let me do another tool so I don't caught myself on camera like a silly like a silly goose, you know what I mean? Oh, you got to go back a little bit more. So you go back just a smidge and then come out. But I won't, that's not the point. But the point is that Roxxon's not the only one doing this. I mean, I think they might be the only ones that kind of do the modularity that's cool that I've seen so far. But there's a lot of other manufacturers doing blades similar to this, where it's kind of a free-handing swings all the tools out for you. I got this. It was man, it was a pretty crazy deal. I got this and a couple extra implements for less than $50 shipped. So I think it was 40 maybe on the sale, or maybe. And this I remember was 65 when I got it, or 67, something like that. Well worth it. You know, what Leatherman's got their 25-year warranty. I've used them before. They're great. You send it in, they send you back. If you have sentimental value, they'll fix the one that you want. If you don't, they'll just send you like a refurbished one kind of deal. So I'm sad. I'd be really sad if they do discontinue it, but I see the writing on the wall, so no big deal. I get it, you know, but you know, it kind of maybe give them to learn from what they have, because this is great little technology. The one-handedness is, I mean, it's super slick. To fan out, if you haven't noticed, this doesn't come with it, but it's just a little 3D printed thumb thing. If you guys are interested, I'll throw the link on that, where I found that. I'm so used to I'm a Swiss Army kind of guy, you know, so I'm always used to working, you know, messing with something. Okay, put it down, grab my knife, pop my blade, whatever I got to do, cut it off. With this, there's none of that. I mean, it's literally, I mean, obviously that one's not a good example, but you know, like I gotta, okay, and then, oh man, I got the wrong side. It's, you just flip it. Okay, I need the Phillips. Pop the Phillips out, do what you need to do. Okay, close it. The lock on this one's on the back, no big deal. Back in the pocket, you know. I didn't think that was going to be so useful and so helpful, but it is super helpful, especially when you're doing something. You know, you can just kind of grab this thing and start working right away with one hand. So it's really neat. Like I said, I'll put some links down in the below so you guys can check out what I've been seeing, where you can get this stuff. And if you guys dug my video, or actually, I would also love to hear what you guys think. I mean, do any of you guys have this one out there? Do you guys, I mean, I wonder if they sold a whole lot. I mean, have you guys had any issues? I kind of doubt it, because this thing is so robust. I couldn't see them warrantying them, and this being kind of like an issue with the juice. I just feel like maybe it wasn't a big seller, but let me know what you think. If you liked my video, please hit me up with a like. If you want to see more, hit me up with subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.